Hey everyone! Today I am working on the Altered Index 2025 challenge put on by Nonstop Paper Crafts, and I am on week 52. This is the last one for the year. Now she does have a bonus one because there are 4 days left in the following week, but I generally do my videos on the Saturday, and the next Saturday is January 3rd. So with the busyness of Christmas season, I am not going to do the bonus, but so this is week 52. The prompt for week 52 is postal. So I have a few little stamp. I've got this cart postal. Those I've got. This set has a few little stamp things. This one has this little post office stamp. So I'll probably use some of those. I do have several wax seals that I often will seal my envelopes with when I mail a letter or a card. Most of them honestly are Marvel, so I'm not going to use those ones. But this one says all you need is love. I have a few other fun ones as well, but I figured that would be a good one to use. And I have this really cool washi tape that I don't think I've ever used before, and I don't know, it doesn't feel like normal washi tape, but it has all these sayings like peace begins with a smile, do what you love, all is well, good vibes only. So I thought that was nice. So I'm going to use that. And I've got my watercolor cardstock, and I brought in some watercolor paints. You know what? I realized I did not bring a little pot of water. I will be back. Okay, water, paintbrushes. Those aside. And these ones are a little bit shimmery. I want to use a really light gray. I was thinking that one, but I wonder if that one's even lighter. Let me test one here. Okay, those are so similar. Second one is a little lighter, so let's go with that one. What was that? This one? No, it's all wet. It looks different. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. And actually, I should have used a larger paintbrush. Let's just get this wet. And I just want a little bit of color, a little bit of shimmer actually. Now, that might be all the color I even do on that. Just wanted a little bit of a base on there. Wipe this up. Get kind of the edges there, and I will go off screen and heat set this. Okay, that is so subtle. It's not even really picking up the shimmer on here, maybe a tiny bit. Just gonna grab, if I can reach it here. Cardstock to compare. Okay, it has a bit of a shimmer to it, but that is about the only change. Let's see. I don't know. I didn't want a lot of color because this color here, I don't know, I just didn't want a lot of color. But do I want to add this? You know what, let's lay this down. I was going to say it is washi tape, so I can always peel it up if I want something different, but it's a little different than normal washi tape, so I think it is probably stuck in place now. It's more like packing tape, actually. I have no idea where it came from. It's been in my stash of washi tapes for quite some time. Okay, well that is done. Let's add some stamps. This is like a Paris themed stamp set, so obviously the stamps are all like Paris and France on them. That one, let's take out a few of these. I love this stamp set so much. Oh, these ones are also Paris, look at that. 1, 2, 3. This has got like a postmark thing on it. Really, some of these script ones, any of these really could work, but I think I'll just go with those. And this is just a package from the dollar store. But I like this little one here. Oh no, look at this. This is not sticking. I'm probably gonna have to tape that down, but you know what? I'm not gonna do that yet because we'll see if I want to change anything. This guy. Oh, sorry for that squeak. And I also apologize if you can hear the train. Yeah, this is coming off. You know what? I'm going to take this off for now. Can add tape or glue to the back of it. Okay, I have some random inks here from my stash. Buckaroo Blue, Smoky Slate. Here I've got Lost Shadow, Uncharted Mariner, and black. So, let's open this one up. Let's put that like that. And now the nice thing about these being like postal things, nothing is ever completely stamped on there, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I do just want a random variety of things on there, so let's add that. Ooh, I like that color with it. And let's go for this one. And remember too, they don't even have to be the right side up. I have no real plan here. Like, I don't know what sentiment I'm going to use or anything like that. I just thought I would add some of these. Oh, that's super light. There's that one. Lost Shadow. I think I'll put that one away. I think that's a little too light. But it could be in the background there. Oh no, I just lost my wipe. Okay. Did I do? No, I didn't do this one yet. How about? Let's do that one there. Oh, I was not thinking clearly there because that's where I wanted that strip. Oh, I guess it can. Parts of it are see-through. So you know what? Let's just kind of cover this whole thing. Just randomly put stuff everywhere. So let's go on the other side of this. And let's add this one, which I think is Uncharted Mariner, if I remember correctly. And let's go there. Let's add that one there, and let's do a second generation there, and how about a third generation there? Let's add this down here, another one there, and another one there. Let's try this one there, and there, and how about there? Don't have this guy yet. Let's do, oops, that got on my finger. There, there, there. Okay, what else do I want? Let's go there, and there. do, I don't think I've done any black, although that gray one is pretty dark. So let's add some black there and there. How about there? And let's go with this blue there. And there. And there. I think that is probably inked up enough. Okay, that's a nice base on there. Now, I can add this guy back on somewhere. Oh, you know what else I have? Okay, I almost forgot that too. There's some of that. But I do have, okay, my husband is a mechanic and he ordered some random part for a customer several months back. And it was shipped from China. And we got the slip in our mailbox that we had to go pick it up at the post office because it was too large to go in our mailbox. So we went there and the postal lady, she was saying that all of them there were so curious as to what the package was. It was this long, I think it was, I don't know, tie rod ends or something. It was this long package. But instead of coming with like a postal slip with, you know, the packing slip with the amount that it cost to ship it, the entire box was covered with stamps. So they literally have sheets upon sheets upon sheets of stamps, and every stamp, like they're all individual stamps on there, and they've all been stamped on there. I counted them. There's 662 stamps that they put on this package to mail. So I kept them in case I would want to use them at all for crafts. So you know what? It might be just kind of fun to stick some random stamp on here. I don't know which one. And will the color theme go with it? You know what? Let's... Oh, they're all taped on top as well. I might have to cut, or can I get one of the other sheets? Just a second. So they're all like the packing slips, but then all these stamps added to them, which is so hilarious. I think I might use this guy right here. His colors should work fine. That could just be kind of fun. Take that little piece of green off. You know what I haven't thought of is what sentiment do I want with this? So I think I might tuck this little guy in there. That's just kind of fun. Just kind of fun to incorporate one of those into my craft project here. Okay, now let's add some glue on either side here and see if that sticks. Okay, that is not wanting to stick. And my tape is in the living room because I was wrapping Christmas presents. Let's see if that'll work. That is very busy. What sentiment do I want to put on there? Okay, I have this Spellbinders postage edge circles. So I'm thinking I might cut. That size is probably a decent size to cut out. I have, on this set, there's one that says Sending Love. So I think I might stamp that onto some white cardstock and then cut it out with this circle. So let me get one of these free. Sending Love. Do we want it just like that? Okay, now let me find some white cardstock. Okay, here's a scrap piece. So let me find my black ink. Oh, that didn't stamp nicely. First of all, okay, that size works. I'm gonna get out my Misty. This is not going well. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, and I've got ink on my finger. Is there ink on here? Got a smudge there. And I can't really tell if this is nicely straight, but let's try this. Let's do one more. Make sure that's tucked into the corner. Okay. And get out my clear embossing ink, or embossing powder, I mean. Okay. Grab a little piece of washi. And I will be back. Okay. Put that aside. This, I'm going to try this Lost Shadow, which was the super light ink. Just to kind of go around the edges. Just to make it stand out a little bit better. Well, blend in a little bit better. It's too white. That's kind of still too white. I wonder if I just add some color to it here. definitely like that better. I almost think that I might just place that on the card base, glue this down, and then add a wax seal onto it. So let's do that. We add glue to this. I will say this has been a very fun challenge. It was my first time doing this, or doing any challenge like this where I'm doing a video per week with a certain prompt. And it definitely has helped me to think outside of the box in some things. As I've mentioned before, some of the weeks were more challenging than other weeks. But they've all been enjoyable. I'm not sure what next year holds. I don't know if, I believe it's Suzanne at Nonstop Paper Crafts. I'm not sure. I have not heard whether she's doing something like this again in the new year. I'm not sure what all things I'm going to be involved in the new year, so we'll see if something like this continues or I find something else. I don't really know. But it has been a lot of fun, and I think I started it, I found it, I think it was in the 2nd or 3rd week of January. So it didn't take me too long to get caught up, and then I did have time in the spring that was crazy busy here, and I got quite behind. And I know this is not a challenge that you have to be doing it every single week. It's just I wanted to be caught up and doing it every single week. But I did eventually catch up again, and this is the last week of the year. That's so crazy to think. Okay, I am liking that so far. And I did get for Christmas from one of my kids this wonderful wax melt thing. I don't have a candle under there yet. Okay, I found a candle. So that's gonna go there. Okay, where is my lighter? Okay. What colors do I want? This is a little sampler. I have a bunch more of these beads, but I thought possibly I've got red, I've got white, I've got blue. Let's throw a blue one in there. And a gray one. I think red would be too funky. Let's maybe do another blue one. And I have not used one of these types of things in quite some time. I used to have the little spoon, but I didn't have the holder, so it was like holding the spoon over the candle. So I didn't use those for quite a while. I was more so using like the wax sticks, but I am so happy to have this little guy because I can sit there, it can melt while I'm doing stuff. It's wonderful. So thank you to one of my kids that got me that for Christmas. I will get a lot of use out of this. Not always on my videos, but I like to add wax seals onto my envelopes, so it will get lots of use. Ooh, it's getting there. Just about ready. And make sure I've got this lined up nicely. All You Need Is Love, one of my favorite songs by the Beatles. Okay, this sticker, this washi tape that's not really washi tape, is slightly challenging here because there's more of it that is pulling up. Whoops. And you might be able to see some of the glue in there, but oh well. I think the background is so busy with all the stamps that you're not even going to notice any glue behind that sticker. And I would rather have it stick in place. Okay. Moment of truth. Like I said, I have not used these in a long time now, so hopefully 3 is, oh yeah, 3 looks like it's well enough. Make sure I've got that the right way. Oh, I covered up the love. Oh well. There we go. Look at how cute that is. The only whoops is that I covered up the love on the sending love. But I think it gets the idea across anyways. Hopefully whoever I send this to is going to understand that that's what I was writing on there. Anyways, that is my card for week 52 of the Altered Index 2025 challenge. I am done for the year. Yay! And again, thank you so much to Nonstop Paper Crafts for having this challenge. It's been a lot of fun. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful, peaceful day.